All those things is part of being great.
You cannot keep me down.
Giannis punishing the Suns. Flex on him, Giannis.
We are built for this. The job is not done.
You cannot keep me down.
He's Jalen Rose. I'm David Jacoby. We are Jalen and Jacoby. What is it
What
that
up,
we do?
We get the people what they want.
Giannis Antetokounmpo had 42 points in a loss in Game 2, had 41 points in Game 3. It seems like the Suns have no answer for him. Jalen, what did the Suns need to do to take Game 4 in a 3-1 commanding lead in the series?
So if you're the Phoenix Suns, you want to limit the points in the paint. The problem is the guy that's scoring them is Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's been outstanding since his return to the NBA Finals after hyperextending his knee that he thought may keep him out of the year for a year, which didn't cause him to miss a finals game. And I love the way he continues to attack and punish, whether it's Ayton, putting Ayton in foul trouble, or just taking it to whoever's in front of him. And also, Jacoby, not settling. I appreciate that. I like the one leg. I ain't mad at him attempting 1 or 2 threes a game and do a heat check. And he was making his free throws. I was there, Jacoby. He was shooting it faster. The big fella was getting up there shooting it faster. He's just Goliath. So you know what I noticed? I don't necessarily see people, his peers, cheerleading for him when I'm watching the game on social. You notice when other people be scoring 30 and 40 and having 15 and coming back from knee injuries, you see other players posting emojis and shouting them out. He's Goliath. He's the 7-footer that everybody wants to say, well, he's not a knockdown 3 shooter, where he's not a free throw shooter, where most big guys aren't. Other than that, he's the perfect basketball player, the perfect ambassador for the game. He's committed to Milwaukee. He re-signed long-term. Giannis is doing everything he can to try to get his first championship.
And the Suns have no answer for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And you made a very good point. DeAndre Ayton has done such a great job, especially for a young player, of staying out of foul trouble in the series against the Nuggets, in the series against the Clippers, stayed out of foul trouble. Look what happens when you put him in foul trouble. They put Frank Kaminsky in. They don't have Dario Saric. They are in trouble without DeAndre Ayton on the floor. And if they can continue to press, continue to put pressure on him and the Suns defense, I think they can even up this series at 2-2. You know what? I'm going to say it now. I think they will even up the series at 2-2. And you're going to be on a flight to Phoenix looking at a whole new finals than you thought you had after Game 2 when the Suns went up 2-0.
I'm not mad at that at all. Shout to Bobby Portis also, who's really productive. Drew Holiday, they need his offense. I think Chris Middleton is the guy to get going in Game 2, Jacoby, and I'm rolling with that prediction. But also I want to make sure I acknowledge something. The Milwaukee Bucks have been down before in these playoffs and have found ways to continue to overcome the obstacles that got put in front of them. They didn't know Giannis was going to come back. He did return, and it's not just scoring. He dropping dimes too. Before, when he was posting up, people would just be perched around the three-point line. Now they're starting to move. Now they're starting to cut, and he's getting assists as well.
We will see what happens tomorrow night on ABC at 9 p.m. But Jalen, there's some other news in the basketball world that we have to discuss. Do you remember when Team USA lost to Nigeria? And we kind of thought it was a big deal, but maybe they were just kind of exhibition. They're figuring themselves out. Well, they played Australia yesterday. They lost to Australia. Jalen, this is now a pattern. What do you think about these 2 losses from Team USA in exhibition?
So, let me get this right. There hasn't been a podcast that has done a pitch meeting about sports and entertainment that haven't referenced this one. And we're forever grateful. And one of the things I'm most grateful for is, I believe it's over my right shoulder. Is that Buster J the Kid still here? Is that Bus still here? How many shows in the industry have that? None. It's over this shoulder. USA, sir. Okay. And I remember him dropping some historic bars when he asked the question, why Team USA keep getting blown out? And I find myself watching the game last night saying the same thing. Like, yo, they have Ingles, they have Thibault, they have Baines, they have Patty Mills, they had Dellavedova, all a couple of champions, all capable NBA players. So Jalen, I'll play Jada. We should get him to come on the show. I need to ask him. So you ask me, why are we losing? You ready? Are you ready?
Why are we losing?
They got chemistry, dog. Like basketball, when we put the dream team together, the international game hadn't caught up yet. They were fans of ours. Now they're winning MVPs in the NBA. See the last 3, and 2 with the Greek Freak and 1 with the Joker. Like, because of that, when you're watching the game and people do a slide step that didn't come from Europe, people call it a Euro step. People in America have been doing that for years. But since they have infiltrated the game with their incredible skill, like Dirk and his one-leg jump shot, or Luka, the way he can stuff the stat sheet. So this idea, because we're Team USA and we're gonna put it on the front of our uniform and show up, even if we have KD, even if we have Dame, that's not good enough to get it done. So I got a proposal, Jacoby.
What's your proposal, sir?
I ain't the kind of guy that takes somebody off the team and not put somebody else on the team. So I got a proposal to fix this.
What's your proposal?
I love Coach Pop. He's the legend. All hell due. No doubt about it. He said this was his last year. You know who would look good standing on the sideline for Team USA? Juwan Howard. That's who would look good on the sideline for Team USA. Look what he's done in the NBA. Look what he's done in college. And also his ability to communicate equals his ability to recruit. Plus he has 2 young players that are one on the team and one is a high-level recruit. So that's one way to fix it. The other way to fix it is the NBA season is gonna get reset, which means the championship is gonna happen in June. So y'all can feast on us internationally right now, but when the champions start to get crowned in June, we're gonna start back putting the smack down. But lastly, that does not mean we might not struggle more this year. And I know for us, it's just exhibition. For them, it's everything. And these are gonna be some very close games because now the other squads are gonna have a lot more confidence.
Team USA has to be ready for the best game their opponents can put together every single night. It just doesn't seem like they have that so far in these exhibition games. However, when it gets to Tokyo, when it gets to the real medal tournament, they better come home with the gold. You have to come home with the gold if you are Team USA in basketball.
They'll get the gold. They'll get the gold.
You mentioned Dame Lillard, who's playing for Team USA. Well, Dame Lillard's in the news. Apparently, the Warriors are reportedly putting together a package to potentially draw that man, Dame Lillard, to the Bay to play. Jalen, do you see Dame Lillard playing with the Warriors next season?
You know, Dollar been a terror since the public school era. And I know how much he loves Oakland and how great it may be for him to play in front of the home fans. But if you're the Portland Trail Blazers and you just hired Chauncey Billups and Dame has 3 more years left on his deal and they're in the Western Conference, you do not allow 2 of the 3 4-level shout to Yoda shooters in the league. Trae Young is one, guys that shoot from the hash mark to half court. The other 2 are Steph and Dame Lillard. You don't let that happen. No doubt about it. And if I look deeper into the Warriors roster, I don't think they have the assets to make it happen. If you're gonna call me about Dame Jacoby, I'm looking at the phone. It better be like Jaylen Brown's face popping up at least. like somebody that's a future superstar that's already an all-star, that's an ascending player that can do multiple things. But don't call me about no picks. Don't call me about no guy that can be an all-star. I don't want to hear about potential. I have Dame Dollar, one of the top 8 players in the entire league. If I'm going to give him up, I need something for right now.
You can't call me and talk about James Wiseman and the number 7 pick to get Dame Lillard. Because we know
Wait.
Dame's going to New York. We know Dame Lillard's going to New York City. He wants to play in the Garden. He wants to be in the Eastern Conference. He'll immediately be the best guard in the Eastern Conference when he finally joins the New York Knicks.
Oh,
now,
man.
I don't know what we could possibly put together to get him there.
I love your
But I
irrational
love the
confidence.
idea. I love the
That'll
idea.
make you so happy. You and Quincy and the twins, y'all will be going to the games, wearing Dame jerseys. Look at you. Die easy already. Look at you.
No, I'm going to steal your credit card and get season tickets. I'm going to steal your credit card and get season tickets if Dame Lillard comes to the Garden. But again, like you said, if I'm the Portland Trailblazers, I have him locked in for 3 more years. I have a brand new coach. We're turning a page. We're keeping Dame Lillard in Portland. I do not see him playing anywhere else next season.
And also, I have to make sure I say this out loud because this is really important. The Portland Trailblazers got a future great coach in Chauncey Billups. And so also you want to keep those guys together. He's putting together a really good staff as well, so there's no reason to panic.
I see Dame Lillard staying in Portland, and I see LeBron James staying in LA. He said so much. We'll tell you what the star of Space Jam and the Lakers had to say about his future in the NBA right after this. You are watching Jalen and Jacoby.
Jalen and Jacoby is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.